What's up, guys? Coming to you live. My name is Kyle Scott. I am a solo acoustic performer. That means I play a lot of gigs often with just me and my guitar, and I bet that a lot of you are in that same boat. And sometimes when we play, especially if we play for a long time, an hour, 2 hours, whether it's a wedding, a funeral, a coffee shop, a bar, we start to feel like our songs are boring, and that might be the case. There might be times where it's not your fault. You know, there's something more interesting going on, maybe something on the TVs, or maybe people are too far gone to even pay attention to what you're doing, or they're having too much fun. So you can't blame yourself for all that, but there are some things you can do to make sure that as you play, you're being as interesting and entertaining as possible each song you play. Today I want to teach some of you how to make your songs more entertaining, keep people interested for longer, and keep your song from sounding the same the whole time, from having a starting point and having a finishing point. So there's some simple techniques you can do to make this happen, and I'm going to show them to you right now. I'm actually going to use a song that I wrote and released with my band. It's called Summer Boy. The reason I'm doing that is, one, because I want you to listen to our music, but that's the secondary reason. The main reason is because it's not copyrighted and I own the rights to it, so I can't get anybody upset by using it. So I'm going to play a little clip of it for you here, just a clip. The techniques I'm going to show you can be applied to any song, but I'm going to apply them to our song Summer Boy, and you can then take them and apply them to any song that you play. So let's just listen to the beginning of this song. That's the intro. Here comes a verse.
Salt water in your hair, and the ocean in your eyes blue. Did you get some in your ears too? Or should I wanna spend forever with you?
Second half of the verse now. Starting to pick it up.
That I wanna drop mine into. Are you hearing what I send through? I really wanna spend forever with you.
Here comes the chorus.
I waited all my life to find you. And if you let me go, my heart could be destroyed. I waited all my life to find you. Am I just your summer boy?
And then it drops back down like that.
Am I just your summer boy?
Now, you notice that there was kind of a pre-intro, an intro, a drop-down verse, and then we worked our way into the chorus. So the methods I'm going to show you right here can apply for any intro, verse, chorus. Okay, I know it's kind of tacky. I'm using my own music, but like I said, it's copyright free, and I own the rights, or however that all works. So I won't get in trouble, and plus it's kind of fun. It's a simple song, so it'll be easy to teach. And we're going to start with the verse because that's the easiest. All right, we'll come back to the intro at the end. The verse of any song, when it comes down like that, which is very common with verses because you want to save the energy, the big stuff, for the choruses. So on verses, there's two techniques I want to show you. One is to keep your strumming to a minimum. Okay? You don't want to be strumming at full speed because then you have nowhere to go when you hit the chorus. So what we're going to do, and this is going to make all your songs more interesting for people who are watching, is we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to do a single strum for each chord. Okay, now it sounds basic, but we're saving things for the chorus. So we're going to go like this. Salt water in your hair, and the ocean in your eyes blue. Did you get some in your ears too? Right, you can do this with any song. Notice I'm keeping it so simple. And you might be like, well, that's boring. Well, you've got to save some for the chorus. So make sure your vocals are good as you can get them. Keep your strumming to a minimum. You'll also notice that on this verse, I'm not even hitting the E string. All my chords, I'm stopping after the B string. Why? Because I want to save some notes for the chorus. So I'm not hitting all my notes yet even. I'm saving some. Okay, so verses, just do simple stuff. Very simple down strums. Or you could be like, sub. If you wanted a little more, you know, you could do 4 strums per chord if you want. But I recommend even simpler. Just keep it right there. Okay, now on the second half of the verse, we have the same chord progression, But we want it to start to build up. We want to start to let people know, let their ears prick up and be like, ah, we're headed somewhere, right? Something's about to happen. So what we're going to do when we hit the second part is we're going to change to palm muting. Now, palm muting is using the side of your hand and gently putting it right here, right up next to this guy, like this. Okay, and then as you strum, you can let your hand bounce a little bit. You don't want it to be too far because then you'll get nothing, no sound. You don't want to be too far here because then you'll get all your sound. You really want it to be just inside this thing. And you notice how my hand's kind of bouncing off, right? If I keep it on tight, it'll tighten it a bit. That's an option too, but usually I like it to be a little bouncier. So I'm kind of bouncing and the side of my hand is hitting the strings as I do it. And I'm only, with palm muting, you're really only hitting the lowest three strings of your chord. So in the case of the B minor 7, we're just hitting those 3 strings. And the G, still all the low stuff, right? I'm not trying to hit these notes yet. We're saving those for the chorus, okay? So from the first part of the verse, salt water in your hair. When we hit to the second part, there's a hole in your... We're starting to pick it up. We're letting people know, here we go. Are you hearing what I send through? I really want to spend forever with you. And then we can even, if you're fast with your hand, you can, you can double time it when you're about to hit the chorus. Now we've let them know we're about to drop in. This is keeping the song way more interesting than just going, salt water in your hair, and then hitting the chorus, I waited all my life, and then hitting verse 2, still strumming, next chorus, still strumming, right? We don't want to just strum the whole song, it gets boring fast. We start with the single strums, we move to palm muted, and then we double palm mute if we have good speed with our right hand. If not, you can just keep it right here and push a little harder. That's good too. And when we hit the chorus, we do full strums and we start to include all the notes in the chords. Okay, so when we hit the chorus, I really want to spend forever with you. I waited all my life to find you. And now we're strumming full. And people have realized, this is the hook. Right? This is the part we're going to be dancing to. This is the part the crowd's going to be singing and screaming out loud as they chant your name at the end of your gig. Okay, so when we finish that chorus, we now have somewhere to go when we hit back to verse 2. And again, I know this is one song, but these techniques apply to any song, right? There's always a verse in every song. There's always a chorus in every song. So knowing what to do on those sections can make a big difference in terms of people staying engaged. Now I'm going to teach you how I might do an intro of a song to start a song really in a very fascinating way. And that is to actually put the melody, often songs have kind of a hook played by an instrument at the beginning of the song. You might have heard it at the beginning of Summer Boy that I played for you earlier. Or you can just take sort of the melody that's sung in the chorus and apply it to your chords. But I'm going to show you how to do that here with Summer Boy. So at the beginning of Summer Boy, once the band kicked in, we heard ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun, ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun. So assuming you know the chords that are played underneath that hook, you can then put that hook on top of the chords that you're going to play. Now this one is hard. It's not necessarily a beginner technique. That's why I saved it for the end. You don't have to do this, but this is for those of you who like a real challenge. You know how to find your chords of your song. You can always Google them, go on Ultimate Guitar and things like that. But in this case, I'll just tell you the chords are D, A, G. Da da dun 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 dun. Da 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 dun dun dun. Da 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 dun 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 dun. And then we hit the B minor in the verse. Now we want to play ba da da dun 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 over those chords. So we need to find those notes. Dun, that's going to be an A. And then we're going to have the D. Na na na. Da da da. So just outlining a D chord mainly. So we've got D, and then we're going to hit our D, and then we're going to play those notes. And then this next note lands on the A chord. So together. And and then we're gonna go to a G chord to play the next part of the line. We're gonna play the G first. Da 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 da. Na, that's a G. Na. B, C sharp, D, and then A, G, F sharp. Obviously, I have a lot of practice at this, plus I kind of messed with this song right before I started the camera, so I already know how this goes. But you can take any song, it might take you a little longer, but you can figure out the hook notes by kind of searching around and finding them, and then putting them over your chord. So with the G chord there, and putting it all together as our intro and our turnarounds. And making it big. And then we hit the verse. Salt water in your hair and the ocean in your eyes blue. Did you get some in your ears too? I said I wanna palm mute. There's a hole in your heart that I wanna drive mine into. Are you hearing what I send through? I really wanna spend forever with you. Big strong. I waited all my life to find you, and if you let me go, my heart could be destroyed. I waited all my life to find you. Am I just your summer boy? Am I just your summer boy? Alright, so you noticed, and then when we hit the end of that, we go back to all the days together, back to soft. And it keeps things in. Now the second time around, we might not want to go to just super basic soft. So we might want to go strum but soft. All the days together on the avenue. We're not strumming the whole time, right? We're saving some space in there because we know we're gonna have to build it back up. So that's what dynamics is all about. Keeping things soft then loud. Having sections and rides to your song, ups and downs, hills and valleys, to keep people listening the whole time and not just checking out and not staring at their phones. So again, you don't have complete control over what people do at your gigs, but this should help you on the way to being more interesting and helping people have a better time listening to you while you perform, whether that's at church, at home, at the coffee shop, at the bar, wherever. So hopefully this was helpful for you. You can check out our song Summer Boy. That was not the purpose of this video, but if you want to go listen to it, you can. It's on Spotify, Raymond Happiness, Summer Boy. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next video.